World Series rolls on as we get ready for the fourth game of a 6-game schedule. And our next game featuring Manchester, New Hampshire against Monterrey, Mexico. Everybody on hand quite early today, including the grounds crew, getting us ready for the quartet, or rather the half-dozen games on tap. The first 3 games of the day, 5 innings long. That was by design. And the first game today, Hasegawa, Japan beat Youngstown 6-2. The second game of the day, Washington County beat Monterrey 7-5. Third game of the day, Youngstown over Covina 3-1. And now this fourth game, the winner of this game will be playing Washington County much later tonight. And that'll be the 6th and final game of the evening. We do know that the next game after this, which will be 7 innings, Hasegawa, Japan, will be taking on Youngstown for the second time today. And of course, Monterrey is hoping to beat Manchester here for a second matchup against Washington County on this Tuesday. But of course, Manchester has some other ideas. So Monterrey, Mexico, the home team for this ball game. And on the mound for Monterrey, Mexico, Miguel Alejandro. He'll face a batting order that includes Owen Hazelbaker, Patrick Roy, Levi Locke, Nate Duquette, Brody Labby, Seth LeCuyer, Chris Santorino, Jace Labor, and Chase Scrawl. The right-hander Alejandro. Manchester, by the way, well, I'll get to that in a moment. Defensively behind Alejandro, Quiroga in left, Guajardo in center, and Garcia in right, Villa at third, Cuevas the shortstop, Hinojosa at second base with Martinez at first, and Saucedo catching. And the umpires for this game, Adam Caldwell behind the plate, Jeff Boehner at first, Matt Fox at second, Ron Ross at third. Here's Randy Gore. Thanks so much, Lanny. Is Lou Hayes Pony Field. Dimensions, 250 down the lines, 305 to straightaway center field. Base paths 80 feet and mound 54 feet between the mound and home plate. We're underway as strike one delivered to Owen Hazelbaker in this contest between Manchester, New Hampshire and Monterrey, Mexico. Miguel Alejandro, the starting pitcher for Monterrey, and right-hander with a 1-1 count on Hazelbaker, delivers it. He drives one to deep right field, and opening up this contest with a leadoff home run is Owen Hazelbaker, and just like that, Manchester, New Hampshire with a 1-0 lead. Hazelbaker with his first home run of the World Series and third RBI as well. And he jump starts Manchester. Patrick Roy will step in next. And Roy, hard ground ball. That's headed up the middle for a base hit. And a single for Roy. Roy now 2 hits and 7 at-bats in the World Series with that base knock. Both are singles. Also an RBI and a run scored on his stat line thus far in the World Series. Levi Locke accepts low and in for ball one from Alejandro. So the last game ended with a home run, a walk-off by Ben Otis. This game starts with a home run, thanks to Owen Hazelbaker. Ground ball off the bat of Locke, fielded by second baseman Hinojosa. He'll flip to Cuevas. Takes it himself. Took it himself. Those two coming together. No, what do we have? I'm sorry. Okay. Took it himself. Bob Gregg was miming and he confused me. But he takes it himself for the out at second base. Fielder's choice has Locke aboard at first. Nate Duquette up next.
And Duquette looks at strike one on the breaking ball from Alejandro. Foul ball off the body of Duquette. Nate Duquette hitting .571, 4 hits and 7 at bats. All 4 hits singles with 2 RBIs. Also has drawn 1 free pass. He has done well at the plate. His RBI single in the 4th inning yesterday. The team's only hit in a loss to Monterrey, Mexico, 16-1 in 6 innings. Manchester here with a good start. Ground ball to short, fielded by Cuevas. Out at second, on to first, not in time. Fielder's choice has Duquette aboard as Locke is now erased off the base paths.
Courtesy runner for the catcher at first base, number 3, Noah
75
Page.
degrees, mostly cloudy, beautiful day in Washington at Lou Hayes Pony Field. Playing 6 games today after last night's rainout. Far better weather here on this Tuesday. Championship tomorrow night. Runner at first as we have a courtesy over at first base. And that Noah Page, your courtesy runner. Swing and a miss by Brody Labby as he is quickly behind 0-2. One 0 Manchester, New Hampshire on top. There goes the runner, 0-2. Curveball called, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Leadoff home run, though, by Owen Hazelbaker in Manchester, New Hampshire with a quick start. Your score after the top of the first, Manchester 1, Monterrey, Mexico coming to bat.
You deserve to be here. I believe in you, believe in what we're doing.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskate your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Batting order for Mexico. Trailing 1-0 to Manchester, New Hampshire. Bottom of the first, it'll look like this. Guajardo, Hinojosa, Saucedo, Alejandro, Cuevas, Quiroga, Martinez, Garcia, and Villa. Manchester's starting pitcher, Owen Hazelbaker. This will be his second appearance of the World Series. Went 4 innings in his first, giving up 1 unearned run and only 3 hits. And this will be the defense along with Hazelbaker. Nate Duquette catching along the infield. Locke, Lacaille, Roy, and Labby. Outfielders Centurino, Kroll, and Labor.
Quick question for you, Randy.
Yes, sir.
Are those back-to-back home runs?
Depends on, I guess, how you look at it, but I would say no, they're 2 different games. I don't know, sometimes I feel like these might be trick questions. Here's a first pitch fly ball, hit hard on a line to right field, cut off before it gets to the warning track. Taking off for second, Guajardo, and he's in there with a stand-up double. Luis Guajardo in a hurry, gets Monterrey, Mexico in business. So 1-0 lead as Manchester's Owen Hazelbaker hit a solo shot to open up the ball game in Monterrey, Mexico, who pounded out 16 runs on 16 hits against the same Manchester team. We know they can put up big numbers, and well, they trail 5-0 to Washington County, cut it to 5-4, but ultimately fell 7-5 earlier today. Hazelbaker's breaking ball swung on and missed by Enrique Hinojosa for strike one. Hinojosa 2 for 6 in the World Series. 3 runs scored and 1 RBI. Tied for the team lead in runs, along with bunt attempt. And he misses the pitch in the dirt, and taking off for third on the wild pitch is Luis Guajardo. So it was a missed bunt attempt. Now a swing and a miss on the 2-strike offering, and Hinojosa is out number 1.
Catcher number 53, Roberto Salcedo.
Roberto Salcedo. 4 hits and 8 at-bats, 2 home runs, and a team-leading 7 runs batted in for Salcedo. Infield playing up for Manchester. Breaking ball off the plate. Ball 1. Now on the appeal on the check swing, no swing, says Jeff Boehner. 1 out, infield up for Manchester, a 1-0 lead for the team from the Granite State. Strike 1 to Saucedo on that pitch. Now the count evened up at 1-1. Saucedo takes outside for a ball, and he's one that Manchester will be careful with. His 2 home runs in the World Series, both against Manchester in the same game. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there from Hazelbaker. Monterrey, Mexico with 5 home runs as a team. They hit 2 in the last game against Washington County. 2-2 outside. Guajardo and Quiroga both with home runs against Washington County earlier in the day. Payoff pitch. And this is a swing and a miss on the wild pitch. And trotting home from third is Guajardo, and the game is tied 1-1. And the throw over to first base is not in time as well. So a strikeout wild pitch puts Saucedo on, and we're tied up 1-1.
Pitcher number 8, Miguel Alejandro Jr.
So 2 wild pitches in this inning, 2 strikeouts as well, but only 1 out on the scoreboard. Miguel Alejandro, in what is now a tie game. Alejandro 1 for 6 in the World Series with a run scored. Fastball is just off the plate. Ball 1 to the right-handed hitting Alejandro. He'll check signs with Gerardo Leal. Assistant coaches Miguel Alejandro and Enrique Hinojosa. And same coaching staff as last year for Monterrey. 1-0, fouled back on the first base side. 1-1. And talking with one of the assistants on Thursday night at FanFest, saying that a team eager for this return opportunity in Washington. Bittersweet last year's trip to the championship game and falling to Chinese Taipei. Obviously, they enjoyed the ride to the finals, but wanted to come up on the winning side of that. 1-1 is outside. 2 balls and a strike to Alejandro. And Alejandro in last year's World Series had a good one. A couple of home runs for him. Pickoff toss to check on the runner, Saucedo. 1-1 tie game in the bottom of the first inning. 2-1 pitch, runner goes. Pitch is a strike. No, we have a balk. Balk is the call, so no stolen base, no pitch either. So a good jump for Saucedo, but again, he advances on the balk officially. The count is 2-1 because that last pitch does not count on the balk. First baseman creeping up, 2-1, drilled to center field. It's going to get down in front of Kroll. Runners at the quarters now for Monterrey, Mexico. So after tying it on the wild pitch, Monterrey vying for the lead in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitcher Alejandro will stay in the game at first base. Enrique Cuevas. He's 0 for 6, still searching for his first hit of the World Series. Now would be a great time if you're a fan of Monterrey, Mexico. 1-1 tie game, bottom of the first. Slicing one foul into the grass area as the young fans will give chase for that foul ball. Second consecutive year for Monterrey, Mexico in the World Series. Fourth time overall. Won the Pony League World Series in 1972, defeating Honolulu in a best-of-3 final. Runners at the corners here in the bottom of the first. Offering is off the plate. Hazelbaker kind of throwing his hands out there, thought that one was a strike or wondering where that one was. Pickoff toss. And the 1972 championship team for Monterrey, led by third baseman Alex Trevino, future Major League catcher, as it turned out. 13-year Major League career. 1-1. Chopper on the left side, and that is through into left field for a base hit. Saucedo scores, and Monterrey, Mexico has grabbed the lead 2-1 on the RBI single for Enrique Cuevas. Alejandro stops at second.
Left fielder number 34, Fernando Quiroga.
So Monterrey, Mexico, after falling behind on a solo home run at the top of the first, they've now taken the lead in the home half of the first. Fernando Quiroga with 2 aboard. Fouls one over the press box for a strike. Now, Alex Trevino, the 13-year major leaguer who led the 1972 Monterrey team to a championship, played with the Mets, Reds, Braves, Giants, Dodgers, and Astros. And he remains a part of the Astros broadcast team. 0-1, fly ball hung high and deep to center. Kroll will have room, makes the catch on the warning track. Runner from second tags, and Alejandro, so the ball's dropped by the shortstop, Roy. Now the throw home, and it's not in time. And Monterrey with a 3-1 lead. Alejandro racing in. He tagged to advance to third. The ball was dropped by Roy on the relay. And that should be an E6, I would presume it is. E6 allowing Alejandro to score and Cuevas to second. And now a 3-1 advantage. So not only 80 feet, but an extra run for Monterrey, Mexico in this inning.
First baseman number 31, Santos Martinez.
So 2 outs in the inning after the fly out by Quiroga. Now it's Santos Martinez. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 1. Martinez 1 for 4. (3-1) Monterrey at the bottom of the first. Hazelbaker, the pause, and after a double take of the runner will step off. To finish the thought on Alex Trevino, in 1996 joined the Astros broadcast team and has called over 3,000 Astros games and was inducted into the Houston Baseball Media Wall of Honor. (2-0) count on Martinez. inside edge for Hazelbaker, 2-1. Winner of this one will face Washington County in the nightcap tonight. Monterrey hoping for a rematch as they fell to Washington County 7-5 earlier today. Everything in today's action 5-inning contests in the first 4 games. The 2 night games will be both regular 7-inning games. Two and one on Martinez. And that will ricochet up toward the screen, high screen right in front of us in the press box area. And Cuevas advancing to third on the wild pitch. There's 3 wild pitches now in the inning. One that allowed Guajardo to score. Cuevas with an RBI single and Alejandro scoring on an error. As we have a question here from Gerardo Leal.
Tino's doing the same thing for the ball, yeah.
Okay, no.
Okay, yeah.
Márcaselo, que se lo marque más.
Yeah, he's been coming to good stops. We called it, but since then he's been coming.
So the question, or maybe more of a statement from the Monterrey coaching staff, saying that Hazelbaker did the same thing he did earlier on when he balked. And so home plate umpire Adam Caldwell saying they caught the balk earlier, and that he's been better since then as far as his motion. 3-1, bounding ball towards short, diving play to his left by Roy. Throw to first in time to retire Martinez and end the inning. Nicely done by Patrick Roy. But Monterrey, Mexico, 3 runs on 3 hits, an error, and 1 left on. After 1 inning, Monterrey, Mexico 3, Manchester, New Hampshire 1.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night. Where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
At Penn West University, we're here for it. Here for the hard workers, the life changers. Here in California, in Clarion, and in Edinburgh, and with our global online programs. At Penn West University, we're here for you. Learn more at pennwest.edu/learn.
A place to share the things that matter most. At Trex, we see it too.
Earlier on today, Youngstown, Ohio beating Covina, California 3-1. That was a walk-off winner thanks to the home run by Ben Otis. And we're in game 14 right now of the World Series. Is Monterrey, Mexico holding a 3-1 lead. Manchester, New Hampshire struck for the game's first run. First batter of the game, Owen Hazelbaker with a solo shot. Seth Lekier watches strike 1 from Miguel Alejandro. So last time Alejandro was on the mound, he was trailing by a run. Now he's up by 2. Seth Lekier holds his swing, but the pitch is a ball. Lekier 2 for 4. Both hits are singles, 1 RBI and 2 runs scored in the World Series. 1-1 pitch, wave and a miss. And we'll see after his teammates have given him the lead if Alejandro gains in confidence in this second inning. 1-2. Little dribbler back to the pitcher. Alejandro will calmly throw on to first. And Lekier set aside 1-3. With 1 away, here's Chris Santorino. Santorino 3 for 6, 3 singles, and 2 runs batted in. Manchester crowd chanting, "Let's go, Chris, let's go." Offering outside, ball one from Alejandro. Well, the returnees from last year's group, Alejandro, Guajardo, and Hinojosa, all valuable hitters, but the Mexican coaching staff saying, as there's a strike, now 1-1 to the batter Centurino, that those three players didn't pitch much last year, didn't need to. They had very good arms. Now it's their turn on the mound as well, and they expect them to step up and lead the way toward a championship. Fastball away, 2-1. Centurino, right-handed hitter. And this year's Monterrey team led by not only good pitching, but good hitting as well. 2-1. Fastball outside. Chris Centurino with one out, nobody on. His team trailing by 2, Manchester, New Hampshire. Alejandro's fastball is a strike on the outside corner. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, high heater from Miguel Alejandro. His second strikeout of the game and 2 outs in the second. Jace Labor hit a home run in yesterday's action. Solo homer in an 11-1 win against Managua, Nicaragua in 5 innings. Fastball narrowly misses, ball 1. Labor overall 1 for 4 and 2 runs batted in. 3-1, Monterrey, Mexico on top. Outside 2-0. Trying to live on that outside edge. Sometimes he has hit it, sometimes just off the plate. Trying to paint the black on those right-handed hitters. Now comes up and in is Labor showed bunt. He kind of leaned over the plate, and Alejandro backs him off with an up and in fastball. But he's behind 3-0, however. Labor shows bunt again, pulls back. This one grooved over the plate. (3-1) offering. And a strike delivered. That'll run the count full at 3-2. And Manchester defeating Managua, Nicaragua twice in this year's World Series. 4-1 on Saturday, 11-1 as we noted yesterday. And Labor pops it up. First baseman Martinez needed to locate it first, kind of threw his hands out, but he does find it and put it away into his leather for the inning's final out. 1-2-3 goes Manchester at the top of the second. We head to the bottom half. Your score, Monterrey, Mexico 3, Manchester, New Hampshire 1.
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
The Washington Auto Mall difference gives you 6 more reasons to buy from us. 6 months of paintless net repair, lost key coverage, interior exterior protection, and tire coverage at no charge on all qualified vehicles. We finally have some new vehicles available, and we have a great selection of used vehicles ready to go. Or we'll buy your vehicle. South Hills Toyota, Washington Honda, and Washington Hyundai. It's all at the mall.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
The Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, by the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, and by the Observer Publishing Company.
And a great community effort, those coming together to help support this event.
Right fielder number 5, Elliot Garcia, leads off for Monterrey.
Great crowd on hand so far for this one. We expect more in the house, especially with Washington County in action later on tonight. We encourage you, if you're local, come on out here. Great event, and should be some great baseball still left. Tomorrow the championship as well. Eliud Garcia leading off, except strike one from Owen Hazelbaker. Eliud Garcia 1 for 3 and 1 RBI, 2 runs scored in the World Series. And off the check swing appeal, he goes around despite that pitch in the dirt. Garcia behind 0-2. Monterrey, Mexico leading 3-1 over Manchester, New Hampshire. Bottom of the second, 0-2. Ground ball to third, 2-hopper fielded by Brody Labby. Throw across the diamond. Retires Garcia 5-3 and 1 out in the bottom of the second.
Number 99, Ali Villa.
Ali Villa 1 for 4 with 1 run batted in. Number 9 hitter in the order. He wears number 99. And a strike to open up the at-bat from Owen Hazelbaker as he tries to settle in. Gave up 3 runs in the first, but 3 wild pitches involved in the inning as well as an error. 0-1. Fouled over the roof of the press box. Strike 2. So throwing strikes, Hazelbaker in the second. Attacking the zone. Pitch count at 29 in this bottom of the second. 0-2. Fly ball to shallow center. Kroll started back, coming in, diving try, makes the catch. Matt Fox, your second base umpire, says the out corralled by Chase Kroll. 2 away. Again, off the bat, Kroll started back and then in some trouble, realized he had to hurry, and he makes the diving grab coming in. Good recovery. And he's still being checked on right now. Make sure he is all right. And the thumbs up given by umpire Matt Fox. So we continue on. 3-1 Monterrey, Mexico, holding the lead. 2 outs for Monterrey in the bottom of the second. Luis Guajardo checks a swing, pitch in the dirt, skips away, but nobody aboard. Guajardo doubled to get the bottom of the first going as he sparked a 3-run inning. And now time granted to the batter. Hazelbaker taking quite a bit of time in between pitches, and Guajardo granted time by home plate umpire Adam Caldwell. Hazelbaker will try again. 1-0. Low. Well, Guajardo, he was the winning pitcher on Sunday in the victory against Manchester. And he was dynamite. 2 2/3, struck out 7 of the 8 batters he faced. And he rolls 1 to third, but that's off of Labby and trickles into foul territory. So Guajardo reaches on the air. Second error defensively by Manchester. The first cost them a run. And this one comes with 2 outs. Just a roller right to Labby and skips away from him. Gives Enrique Hinojosa a chance. In a dangerous lineup that has produced 5 home runs collectively in this World Series. But a ball topped over, rolled over toward third. Labby with a chance for atonement, and he delivers 5-3, retiring Hinojosa, and the inning is over. Guajardo left aboard. No runs, 1 error, and 1 left stranded after 2. It's Monterrey, Mexico 3, Manchester, New Hampshire 1.
Owned and operated by the Perlman family since 1914, King's Jewelry invites you to become part of the family.
We want you to come in, we want you to smile, and we want you to leave smiling.
We are definitely a very family-oriented business. Love is a very big part of it. We've been celebrating love for over 100 years.
Visit King's Jewelry today to celebrate the love in your life.
What are you doing? It's 10 a.m. We have work to do.
Oh, come on, man. Be cool. You told me to get the app. I only got enough apps for the entire office. Fondue, guacamole, and I just can't resist pigs in the blanket.
Washington Financial Bank's app makes banking simple. Deposit, transfer, and even pay your bills right from your smartphone or device. Download the app and bank with Frank.
We have had a full day of baseball and a lot of exciting baseball. Marching towards the championship tomorrow night. And speaking of champions, the Champions League game. It is the mission of Pony League Baseball to provide every child, without regard for needs, the opportunity to participate in baseball and softball. By the way, Jesse Chavez, whose team was just eliminated a little while ago, Jesse Chavez has an autistic child, and he spoke to us the other day about how touching it was for him to be here and be a part of the Champions League game at Lou Hayes Pony Field. Randy?
Thanks, Lanny. Some changes defensively for Monterrey, Mexico, who leads this game 3-1 over Manchester, New Hampshire. Strike one by Miguel Alejandro to Chase Kroll. Get to those changes in a moment. 0-1, swing and a miss. Out in right field, Jorge Salas is, you can plug him into the 8th spot of the batting order for Eliud Garcia. And Oscar Villarreal will now bat 7th for first baseman Santos Martinez, and he'll take over at first base as well. Chase Kroll down on 3 pitches as he goes around on a low breaking ball. 3 strikeouts for Alejandro and 1 away in the top of the 3rd. Chase Kroll, by the way, in between innings, he was checked on the left hand after the diving catch he made during the last half inning. Obviously well enough to stay in the game for that at bat. Oh, and Hazelbaker, he swings and misses at a pitch down near his feet. Strike one. Hazelbaker opened up the ball game with a solo home run, which jump-started Manchester to a 1-0 lead, but they trail it now 3-1. Another one downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike as Hazelbaker refrains from swinging this time. Home run by Hazelbaker. Over the right field fence. That got things started in a hurry for Manchester, but things changed considerably in the bottom of the 1st as Monterrey, Mexico scoring 1 run on a wild pitch, another on an error, and another on an Enrique Cuevas RBI single. 2-1 is taken for a strike. Hazelbaker has the count evened up at 2-2. Patrick Roy waits on deck. 1 out, nobody aboard for Manchester. And swing and a miss. That one in the dirt as well. Up with it, Saucedo will throw to Villarreal at first to complete the strikeout. 2 away, and that is back-to-back strikeouts, and 3 of the last 4 have been retired by way of the K for Alejandro. Patrick Roy singled in the 1st.
You almost said the name of a hockey goalie, didn't you?
I did. Mark Uriah and I were talking about, you just see that. I want to say Patrick Waugh, the great Montreal Canadian and Colorado Avalanche goaltender, but yeah, that's a good person to be mistaken for if you are. Fastball is a strike 1-1. But Patrick Roy making a name for himself in this year's World Series as well. Base hit his first time. One offering looked at for strike 2. Well, Manchester 640 miles from Washington, PA, in northern New England's largest city. Nod from Alejandro as he's ready. Deals the 1-2 pitch. Bounding ball past the mound. Shortstop Cuevas has it behind the bag at second. Throw to first. Inning over. 1-2-3 goes Manchester. So a quick start after the Hazelbaker home run back in the first, but things have been quieted down considerably by Alejandro as he has retired now 8 in a row. Here's
225 years in the making. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, presented by EQT, August 12th through 19th at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Listen to live music with bands like Russell Dickerson, Six Gun Sally, Marcus Tyler Band, and more. Get down and dirty with motocross, drag racing, and 2 demolition derbies, plus high school bands and the school bus demolition derby. Daily admission is $10 and parking is free. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, August 12th through 19th. Find out more at washingtonfair.org.
You deserve to be here. I believe in you, believe in what we're doing.
People see Alex play and they know that she's different. It makes me want to be a better soccer player on the field.
It was just this mindset that I had from a young age that I'm going to compete in everything I'd work at and I want to win.
When all the eyes are on her, that's when she performs the best.
It's great to have Body Armor with me through my workout for the World Cup as I'm preparing to be on the biggest stage. We're just so much more powerful and strong as a team than as an individual.
Some of the views of this year's Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series in 2023. It's been another fun tournament. A lot of great moments at this year's World Series. Right now, Monterrey, Mexico with a 3-1 lead over Manchester, New Hampshire. Fans from Monterrey. And the team from Monterrey had a chance to go to PNC Park a couple of nights ago. So one of the fans in the crowd with a Pirates hat on, so picking up a souvenir. Saucedo leading off the bottom of the third, ground ball foul on the third base side.
Nathan. One convenient. Nathan.
And PNC Park, Pirates and Reds. Sunday, they had a doubleheader, so great opportunity for some players to come out in Monterrey, Mexico. I hope they had the Permani sandwich. That is certainly a signature of Pittsburgh. And it is also Pirates night tonight. The 1-1 stays outside to Roberto Saucedo. Yeah, Pirates night this evening, and well, it was Pirates night on Sunday for Monterrey, Mexico. 2-1, hard ground ball through the left side past the diving Patrick Roy, and a leadoff single for Saucedo. He's on for the second time today. He reached on a strikeout wild pitch back of the first.
Miguel Alejandro Jr.
And Saucedo, his father Roberto Saucedo, played 18 years of pro baseball, primarily in the Mexican League, a couple of years in the Angels organization in the mid-90s. Played over 1,300 games in the Mexican League with 292 home runs and over 1,000 RBIs. Roberto Saucedo with that hit moments ago. He leads off of first as ball one delivered to Miguel Alejandro. Singled and scored on an error in the first inning. Pickoff throw, but time is granted to Saucedo, who needs to tie his left shoe. This another 5-inning game, but this will be the last 5-inning game today. The first 4 are 5. The last 2 today. Tonight, the 2 of tonight's contests here on Pirates Night will be regular 7-inning games. Pitch a ball and stolen base for Saucedo. Saucedo displaying some of that speed as he is now in scoring position for Alejandro. 3-1 advantage for Monterrey, Mexico. From the stretch, Owen Hazelbaker, who started this game for Manchester, induces a ground ball, diving stop, ball at his feet for Labby, and he spins around, but could not find the baseball right at his feet. And so it will be a base hit for Alejandro. Hard ground ball, diving attempt there, just a great effort to knock it down, but then Labby, spinning around like a dog chasing his tail, could not realize that where the ball, could not locate the ball, but even if he does, doesn't necessarily mean he'd get the out of first base.
Balls. I love the ground balls, right? Let's just keep rolling the ground balls. Ball first, right? Let's go, right? Let's look. Patrick, if it's hard hit to you, let's try to get the lead runner, right? And then you don't throw it to first, okay? You got to get it to first really fast, and we're going to look, right? Third and home, okay? Everyone say hi to Lily. Hi, Lily. All right? Okay, let's go.
Steve Hazelbaker mic'd up, the manager or one of the assistant coaches for Manchester. And he does, he primarily makes the visits. And well, the guy's saying hello to Lily mic'd up. And hope she enjoyed her shout out on the mic'd up session there for Manchester. Well, keeping calm despite 2 runners on and a 2-run deficit for Monterrey, Mexico. With the 2 aboard, the deficit is for Manchester at the moment, trying to keep it at a 2-run deficit. Cuevas shows bunt, pulls back, and looks at ball 1, low and away. First baseman Levi Locke creeping down the line, anticipating the bunt. There's the defensive alignment there for Manchester. Cuevas RBI single in the first. Briefly brought the bat down, but then picked it back up as he takes ball 2 away. Back-to-back singles to open this inning in the home half of the third. Hazelbaker looking back at the runner, Saucedo at second. Shortstop Roy dogging the runner. 2-0 up and in, and that's off the glove of Duquette. Runners will advance to second and third. So runners advance. That pitch was up and in, and so wild pitch. Infield is up for Manchester as Cuevas with a 3-0 count, taking all the way, watches a strike. So Cuevas came up with the intent to bunt, but that is all flipped now with runners at second and third after the wild pitch. 2-run lead for Monterrey, Mexico. This is an elimination game. 3-1, drilled foul on the left field side. Winner will face Washington County tonight. If Monterrey is victorious, it would be a rematch of the 7-5 win of Washington County earlier today. Championship scheduled for 7 p.m. tomorrow. Called strike 3 on the 3-2 pitch. And Cuevas down on strikes, 1 out in the third. That is big for Hazelbaker in trying to settle this inning down. Third strikeout for him this afternoon. And a line drive past the drawn-in infield. 1 in to score. Getting the wave is Alejandro. He'll cross the pay station as well. 2-run single for Fernando Quiroga, and it's 5-1 Monterrey, Mexico. Quiroga going after the first pitch of the AB, not wasting much time. And Monterrey, Mexico tacks on 2 more here at the bottom of the third. 1 out. And with Quiroga at first, it's Oscar Villarreal at the plate. And Villarreal swings and misses for strike 1. Mentioned earlier, his father, Oscar Sr., played in the majors. 114 career games, 24 career wins and a 3.86 ERA in his career, was primarily a relief pitcher, and set the rookie record in the majors for most relief appearances with 86 in 2003 while with the Diamondbacks, and led all MLB rookies that year with an ERA of 2.57. Bats with a runner at first, and now time granted to catcher Nate Duquette as he wants to come out and discuss matters with Owen Hazelbaker. And Monterrey, Mexico. Monterrey located in the foothills of the Sierra Madre mountain range, and a rich sports history. 2 professional soccer teams, 2 pro basketball teams. Hosted the 1986 FIFA World Cup and is slated to host it again in 2026. Strong history of baseball as well. Right now leading 5-1. 0-1 pitch, fly ball off the bat of Villarreal to center, drifting back. Kroll makes the catch on the warning track. 2 away, that forces Quiroga to retreat back to first. Now 2 outs.
Now batting, number 16, Jorge Salas, the right fielder, first at bat in this game.
Jorge Salas bats for the first time. Villarreal's at bat moments ago, also his first, as he entered the game a half inning ago. Same for Salas. 5-1 Monterrey leading Manchester, New Hampshire. Pitch a strike on the outside quarter. Oh, 1 on its way. Wave it a miss over top of that pitch with the swing. Salas, he's behind 0-2. Five runs on 6 hits, no errors for Monterrey. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors for Manchester, New Hampshire. Hazelbaker from the stretch with a runner at first and 2 outs. Brings the 0-2, swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt, calmly scooping it out. Duquette will throw to first to complete the strikeout. 4 Ks for Hazelbaker. And the 4th ends the inning, but a 2-run single by Fernando Quiroga extends the lead. The score after 3, Monterrey, Mexico 5, Manchester, New Hampshire 1.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket.
I run a biotech design company, and my cricket hotspot allows me to stay connected to my team and my clients as I travel.
Now that's 5G with a view. Smile, you're on cricket.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our programs give every child the opportunity to overcome obstacles, achieve milestones, and reach their fullest early learning potential. From cutting-edge development therapies and daily medical supervision to quality early education for children of all abilities, we cater to each family's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small-town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.
Monterrey, Mexico holding a 4-run lead over Manchester, New Hampshire. We head to the top of the 4th inning in game number 14 at the Dick's Sporting Goods World Series. And to take you the rest of the way through today's game, here's Lanny Fratteri.
All right, Randy, thank you very much. And the pitch to Levi Locke, a ball fouled away. A full day and a wonderful day of baseball. The Manchester baseball team, however, down 5-1 in the top of the 4th inning. 5 runs, 6 hits for Monterrey, 1 run, 2 hits for Manchester. Ball fouled away, no balls, 2 strikes. Manchester defeating Nicaragua on Saturday and also beating Nicaragua 11-1 in 5 innings yesterday, but sandwiched in between the 2 wins, a 16-1 loss to this Monterrey ball club. And Monterrey has the 4-run lead over Manchester here in the top of the 4th inning. Ground ball to the shortstop. Cuevas up with it to throw to first base. And 1 away.
Number 10, Nate Duquette.
Well, that's 10 in a row retired by Alejandro. The game started at 3:56 Eastern time, and right after the start, we offered up the first pitch. Owen Hazelbaker with a home run. That'll bring up Duquette. And a bouncer up the middle. Shortstop Cuevas near second base. Plenty of time to lob the ball over 2 away. What's interesting about today, and there have been a whole bunch of things, but consider this, that today, in the span of a couple of ball games, we've had an inside the park home run, we've had a grand slam, we've had a walk-off home run, and we've had a leadoff home run. And the Ben Otis walk-off home run plus the Owen Hazelbaker leadoff home run means that unofficially we had back-to-back home runs. Pitch down low, ball 1. Here's Brody Labby, who's 0 for 1 of the ball game. Manchester trying to battle back and not be sent home. And the 1-ball pitch is outside. Just the 2 hits for Manchester, the home run by Hazelbaker and the single by Patrick Roy. And the 2-0 pitch is low and outside. Coming up after this one, it'll be Edogawa, Japan against Youngstown, Ohio. And a called strike 3-1. That'll be a 7-inning ball game. And then our final game of the day, Washington County against the winner of this game. 3-1 pitch, ground ball to the right side, backhanded by the sliding second baseman. Hinojosa's throw to first is high and goes back to the fence and foul territory.
Will be ruled an error on the play.
Number 7,
what?
Lacayo.
Is that a routine play? Doesn't matter if it's a routine play. That's the scoring decision. The rule book says if it's a routine play, it's an error. It's a base hit. That is not, I mean, it's an error, and that is not a routine play. Error charged. I mean, the reason he throws errant is because he is off balance making the great sliding stop. There's Lacayo, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. 0 for 1 in the game. 5-1 in favor of Monterrey. And ball is popped up on the infield. And Villa makes the catch to end the innings. For Manchester, 4th, no runs, no hits, an error, and 1 man left on base. Middle of the 4th inning. Mexico 5, New Hampshire 1.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities, and that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
The Washington Auto Mall difference gives you 6 more reasons to buy from us. 6 months of paintless net repair, lost key coverage, interior exterior protection, and tire coverage at no charge on all qualified vehicles. We finally have some new vehicles available, and we have a great selection of used vehicles ready to go. Or we'll buy your vehicle. South Hills Toyota, Washington Honda, and Washington Hyundai. It's all at the mall.
AHN Sports Medicine.
Well, we are
to stand out.
We've got 2 more games after today. In one of the games involving the team from Japan. That rematch coming up. So for the bottom of the 4th inning, Hazelbaker through 3 innings, having given up 5 runs. Ali Villa looks the called strike. Villa was retired on a fine defensive play by center fielder Kroll in the 2nd inning. Oh, 1 pitch. And it is down low. Will slip to the top of the batting order after this plate appearance by Villa. And the 1-1 pitch is inside. So Monterrey, Mexico, hoping to have another opportunity to play in the championship game. 2-1 pitch and a foul ball out of play. But it will be quite a road. Washington County has already won 2 games. Monterrey, Mexico still has a long and winding road to get to the title game. But it has certainly enhanced its chances dramatically with this 5-1 lead. Pitch a ball, and it's 3-2 on Villa. Three-two pitch and a foul ball out of play. In Monterrey on Sunday, a 6-inning 16-1 win. And then the loss to Washington County earlier today, moving Monterrey down into the loser's bracket. Ground ball roller to third, trundle to third it is. The throw across from Labby, and just in time to retire Villa, 1 away, go to the top of the order for Guajardo. So Monterrey has to win this game, has to beat Washington County, and then has to play an if necessary game tomorrow. And a change forthcoming here for Manchester.
Okay, we're good. No, we don't. I don't care.
Center field, number 3, Noah Page.
Page is going to center. I mentioned a moment ago about Kroll making the great catch. And we saw that he had slightly injured himself on that play.
30, Luis Guajardo.
He was back in the 2nd inning. We're now in the 4th. Guajardo 1 for 2. Doubled and scored in the 1st inning. Manchester a 1-0 lead after a half inning. Then it was 3-1 Mexico after 1. It's now 5-1 in the 4th inning. And the fly ball is hit to right field by Guajardo. And to the edge of the track, Labor to make the catch, 2 away.
Second baseman number 42, Enrique Hinojosa.
And now Hinojosa, who was 0 for 2. The umpire trying to get Guajardo to come off the field a little quicker. Hinojosa 0 for 2. By the way, now Guajardo has 6 hits in this Pony League World Series. Swing and a miss by Hinojosa, strike 1. Roberto Saucedo is 5 for 10 with 2 home runs. Nobody out, 2 down, 1 strike pitch. Swing and a foul back on a pitch that was up. Really not surprising, but we've had 3 5-inning complete games over the last couple of days. First 4 games of the day today, designated 5-inning contest, pitch inside, and the count is 1-2. The division championships coming up at 7-inning games. Hazelbaker peeking over the top of his glove. Now he's ready with a 1-2 pitch. And a bouncer left side, deep in the hole, shortstop Roy. The throw to first base is in time. Handling the low throw was Locke. Monterrey retired in order after 4 innings of play. Monterrey 5, Manchester 1.
Monterrey 5, Manchester 1.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
A spectacular play. Cannonball Cullen. Raise the Jolly Roger.
Rolling along on this Tuesday, a 5th inning is coming up, and Manchester is down to its final 3 outs.
It would be at 10 a.m. and immediately following.
Alejandro 4 impressive innings, settled in really well after giving up the home run on the single.
And following this game and the awards presentation, we will
Alejandro is pitching a 2-hitter, and he has retired 12 of the last 13 batters.
Appreciate your cooperation all day long.
And Santorino will lead off.
Leading off the Manchester 5th.
Manchester 3 outs away from packing its bags and heading back to the Granite State. Swinging a foul ball, strike 1, and ooh, that foul ball has gotten a piece of Cicero, the catcher, and he's in a lot of pain. EMS and AHN crew will come out and make sure that they can do something to try to help him and alleviate some of the pain. Here we are in the top of the 5th inning, and it is a 5-1 lead for Monterrey, Mexico. Monterrey, Mexico, a year ago went to the championship game against New Taipei City and lost the title game 4-1. But it will still, as I said just a few moments ago, it'll still be quite a challenge. Monterrey, if it wins here, has to beat Washington County. If it does, it has to beat Washington County again tomorrow to get into the championship game. Cicero is up. Though quite dusty. And he's all right, and the umpire crew is going to let him catch a few pitches.
Whatever was said there, it crosses the language barrier there. And I just happened to notice, and I didn't even realize he was here, but a part of the AHN crew that's on staff, Bob Smith, who's the athletic trainer at Upper St. Clair High School now, but former Washington Wild Things trainer. It's my former road roommate in the Frontier League.
I bet you've got some stories to tell.
We do.
Ball 1 on Santorino. Get a broadcaster and a trainer rooming together. You've got stories, folks. Santorino 0 for 1. Outside 2-1, and you were single at the time, right?
I was.
Okay.
Yes.
2 balls and a strike.
I'll just finish that. No stories are available for on air.
That's no fun. 2-1 pitch. Labor swings, fly ball in his shallow left center field, and a base hit. Leadoff single in the 5th. Manchester down to its final 3 outs, trailing 5-1. Ball lofted and dropped in just the right territory to prevent center fielder Guajardo or left fielder Quiroga to making the catch. Bottom part of the batting order for Manchester. Page, who went into the ball game in the bottom of the 4th inning, is in the on-deck circle.
We have a new runner for Centurino. Ben Walton will run at first base.
Labor 0 for 1. Alejandro's pitch is a called strike. Oh, 1 delivery and a ball to make it 1-1. Here's the stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Hinojosa with a flip to shortstop. Cuevas for 1 on to first. Safe. Hit the force out at second base. Labor safe at first. 1 on and 1 out. And now Page.
Center fielder, number 3, Noah Page. First at bat in this game.
5-1, Monterrey, Mexico leading. Next game, Aragawa, Japan against Youngstown, Ohio. And then our final game of the day, Washington County against the winner of this ball game. One ball pitch. He is high. I was talking about how difficult a road this is going to be for Monterrey, even if it wins this game. Well, same story for Youngstown. 2-0 pitch is high. Youngstown has to win this next game coming up. And then play the necessary game tomorrow and win. Runner going. Ball 4, there are 2 men on. And top of the batting order for Owen Hazelbaker. Homered to start the game. And he is 3 for 10 in this 2023 Pony League World Series, brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Has 2 RBIs. Left-handed batter takes strike 1. Two on, 1 out. Alejandro comes set. And the pitch in for a called strike 2. Oh, 2 delivery and a foul ball. Well, yesterday, when Manchester beat Managua, Levi Locke pitched a 5-inning complete game. Earlier today, Braden Redu pitched a 5-inning complete game in the Washington County win. There's a called strike 3, and then just in front of this game, Stacy with a 5-inning complete game. 2 outs in the 5th inning, and Patrick Roy will step in 1 for 2. Manchester led 1-0 after a half inning. 3 runs for Mexico in the bottom of the 1st, 2 runs in the 3rd. Pitch from Alejandro, swing and a foul ball, strike 1. RBIs. Quiroga has 2, and Cuevas 1. The first run of the game for Monterrey scored on a wild pitch strikeout. Ground ball to the shortstop. This will do it. Throw to second base. The ball game is over. Manchester has been eliminated, and Monterrey is going to move on. So we now have 6 teams that have been eliminated. The final score, Monterrey, Mexico 5 and Manchester, New Hampshire 1.
There's a place, far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.